I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I've actually got some pretty devastating news for the 120 gallon. I came down this morning for my morning coffee, ready to start the day, came over to check on the 120, feed the fish, and I look over and I see Ronald, my green Severum, my green striped Severum, and he was looking beat up. The other fish were chasing him, his fins were torn, he was missing an eyeball, but he was still swimming. It was a horrible scene. Thankfully, I was able to grab him quickly, get him in a net, and get him away from the other fish. And this is unfortunately the sad nature of cichlids. They are aggressive fish. If they see a fish not doing well, they will take advantage of that and they will go for him. I don't know whether Ronald's going to be able to make it. He's not even the smallest in the tank, but he's always been picked on. He's always had some kind of fin infection, so he's never been able to swim quite 100%, and I feel like that in a tank of quite aggressive cichlids can always be bad news, is that he's like easy pickings as it is. So yeah, unfortunately he's not doing very well. I'll see if I can get a picture of him. He's missing an eye, he's still alive. I've got him separated from the rest of the fish, but it's a horrible situation to come down and see one of your fish, this happening to one of your fish. Okay, so here's the tank. I came down this morning and they were over here, and I just saw Ronald kind of floating on the top, and all of, we've had TJ, Mike, and Astrid here. They were all picking on him, especially. Yeah, so it's pretty sad to see. This is him. I've got him in this cage here. He is still swimming, but he's not actually, like, you can see his fins, bottom and top, have been pretty torn up. I don't want to get too close because then you'll see he's like missing an eyeball and it's just not very nice to look at. But yeah, it was not a pleasant sight. So I don't really know what to do. He's safe in there for the moment, and I'm gonna try and nurse him back to health. I don't think it's a good idea to release him back into this tank anytime soon. Infection is another big worry for me. I don't want him to get infected and then to possibly spread to the rest of the tank. So we'll see about that. I'm also worried about Ronald because he's my other Severum. He swims fine, he's got no problems, but he is the smallest in the tank, and now all the aggression might be averted to Donald. So I don't know, I need to keep my eye on it. You can see TJ will go after him, but Donald at least is able to swim away quite fast because he's not got any issues with his fins. So I don't know. Maybe another idea might be to start a new Severum tank. Just get the Severums out, because I know Severums are a lot more peaceful. So that is another option on my mind. But I don't know, we'll see. Fingers crossed nothing too major happens and Ronald is okay. He survives. I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, that's the situation we've got going on at the moment. It's a pretty sad situation. I'm pretty upset, but yeah, that's, at least I was able to hopefully save him before he was killed. I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, if you guys have experienced anything like this and gone through anything that you've maybe done that could help me save Ronald, that would be great if you could let me know. Obviously as I said, I'm not going to put him back in the tank. That would be awful, the worst thing to do. But he's safe for the time being, which is the main thing, even if he is in a small cage. So I'm keeping an eye on Donald, very, very close eye. Hopefully nothing gets too out of hand. If it does, we'll maybe look into separating him as well. But yeah, that's the situation. I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe try and get some medication, put that in the 120 gallon, give them a lot of food so they're pretty relaxed. Maybe try and turn down the heat as well, because I think it's sitting at about 29 degrees, so they're quite boisterous. So if I turn down the heat, cool down the water a little bit, we might, especially as it's been getting hotter where I am, they might just chill out a little bit more, and that might help as well. I don't know. maybe clutching at straws, but it's the best we got. I'm also going to need to go and get some more fish food for them. And I also want to get an air pump for the Bulbasaur in the tank, the flower horn tank downstairs, because his water is been getting a bit stagnant, and I've noticed a film on top of it. So I'm going to try and break up some of his water with just getting some oxygen in with an air pump. So I'm going to head to the shops now and see if I can pick up some stuff for them, and fingers crossed we're all okay. Okay, so unfortunately yesterday I couldn't make it to the fish shop in time. It closed just before I was able to get there. So yeah, we're gonna go now. It's way too early in the morning. I have an appointment in town, so I have to get up anyway. It's like 7 AM. But we'll go to that and then we'll head to the fish shop after, and hopefully be able to pick up something for Ronald. I'm not really sure what yet, but we'll have a look, see if there's anything that can hopefully make him feel at least a little bit better. And then we'll pick up the air pump for Bulbasaur while we're there. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not much of a morning person, so let's just get this done. Alright guys, that's us back from the shops and running all the errands. It was a reasonably successful day, I'd say. We managed to get a nice cheap air pump for Bulbasaur downstairs. Got it for only 20 bucks, and we also got some little air tubing with it and an air stone. So that's perfect. It'll be perfect for downstairs. I'm excited to set that up for him. It'll make him a lot happier, I find. Unfortunately, I didn't really find anything which I can use to help Ronald. I don't really know what I can use for the moment, but having looked at him earlier on, he is looking okay. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be able to pull through. And then if that is the case, maybe once he's better, we'll look into maybe setting up a new tank or doing something like that. Maybe a Severum tank could be really cool. But anyway, for the time being, we'll have to keep him separated just in the little box he's in, and hopefully he'll be fine. Okay, so here we are back at the 120 gallon. All the fish are doing great. Everyone's happy, everyone's good. They've all been fed. Ronald's in his cage in there still. I'm still don't want to do any close-ups because he isn't looking too hot at the moment. But he is getting better. So we've got that at least. He should be okay. BB is growing so big already. Like, it's insane how big she is. Since I made that first video, I'd say she's at least tripled in size. Well, double, tripled almost in size. Her mouth is just massive. She eats absolutely everything that I throw in there. So yeah, she's doing great. And then I set up the air stone for Bulbasaur. So hopefully he loves that as well. We'll go down and check that out in a minute. But yeah, everyone's doing fine in here. Hopefully we can nurse Ronald back to health and figure something out. Now the temperature in here is 28.4 Celsius, which is a little high. So maybe I'm gonna try lower it to say something like 26, and if I can get it maybe at 26, they might not be quite so boisterous. Then again, once that happens, they don't grow as much or as quickly. They don't eat as much. So I don't know. We'll keep it. There's Donald. He's also doing well. We've got Papa in the back, chilling as always. But yeah, everything else is fine with the tank right now. So let me show you downstairs. Yeah, we did have a little bit of a scare with Bulbasaur when the other day I came down and his colors were completely gone. So I was a little bit worried about that. But I think that might have been something to do with nitrates getting a little high because it's a relatively new tank. So I did do a water change. But yeah, if you see here, he seems to have regained most of his color. He's looking beautiful again. And this is the air stone. It's a tiny little air stone, a pump, just sitting in there. But it's enough. I might turn it, obviously I'll turn it down at night and stuff, but during the day I'll keep it up. And it just breaks the surface of the water, gives it a lot more, just a lot less stagnant, and that'll make him a lot happier as well. So hopefully that'll improve his colors, boost his mood a lot more, just make him happy in general. But apart from that, that's all the updates I've pretty much got for you for the time being. Everyone's good, everyone's still alive, including Ronald. Everyone's getting back to health, so hopefully we have no further issues, and I'll see you guys in the next video.